I said to myself, what did I say? What did I say, umpire? Tell me. Please tell me.
Il lui demande de
Please tell me.
redire ce qu'il a dit.
I want you to not call because you made a mistake.
When the stakes reach astronomical heights and the entire world is watching, it's no surprise that even tennis legends can't keep their cool. Get ready for some red-hot tennis action as we dive into unforgettable tennis moments, the clashes, ejections, and heated showdowns that have lit up recent tennis history. These are the top heated moments in tennis. Nick Kyrgios vs. Jannik Sinner, 2022 Miami Open. Nick Kyrgios created a spectacle of his own during his fourth-round matchup against Jannik Sinner at the Miami Open. In a fiery meltdown, he ranted about an umpire's walkie-talkie going off and demanded staff changes, even suggesting he could run the sport better. He received a point penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct and continued to argue vehemently with the chair umpire Carlos Bernardi. Kyrgios smashed his racket, earning another code of conduct reprimand. The chaos escalated as a fan invaded the court to snap a selfie with Kyrgios, requiring security intervention. Despite the drama, Kyrgios lost the match 7-6, 6-3 to Sinner. Lendl vs. McEnroe, 1984 French Open. The 1984 French Open final at Roland Garros delivered a legendary and highly contentious showdown between American tennis icon John McEnroe and Czech player Ivan Lendl. McEnroe, famous for his fiery temperament and animated outbursts, engaged in heated disputes with the chair umpire Bruno Rebo throughout the game. Line calls and controversial decisions fueled McEnroe's frustration, leading to intense and vocal confrontations. On the opposing side, Ivan Lendl exhibited exceptional composure, maintaining his cool and composure despite McEnroe's provocations. The final stretched on for over 4 hours and 8 minutes, pushing the physical and mental limits of both players on the challenging clay courts of Roland Garros. In the end, it was Lendl who emerged triumphant, overcoming McEnroe's passionate play and securing the match in 5 sets with a score of 3-6, 2-6, 6-4, 7-5, and 7-5. This victory marked Lendl's first Grand Slam title and solidified his reputation as a player with incredible mental strength and resilience. Daniel Kollerer vs. Stefan Kubek, 2010. Daniel Kollerer was known for being a controversial character during his professional tennis career, often getting under his opponent's skin and displaying anger by smashing rackets. Up to that point, he had already faced 2 suspensions for on-court misconduct. In a surprising turn of events in 2010, a video captured Stefan Kubik grabbing Kollerer's throat during a match. However, this incident didn't tell the whole story. Kollerer had been the instigator, reportedly hurling verbal insults at Kubek and even knocking Kubek's racket from his hands. The crowd's reaction, with jeers directed at Kollerer as he left the court and applause for Kubek, made it clear that the video only captured the end of the altercation. Whatever occurred before that moment left Kollerer in the role of the antagonist. After this 2010 match, Kollerer faced a 2-year suspended sentence and a fine for encouraging betting on his website. A year later, he received a lifetime ban from tennis after being found guilty of match fixing. Martina Hingis vs. Steffi Graf, 1999 French Open. Martina Hingis came agonizingly close to defeating Steffi Graf in the 1999 French Open final. However, just when it seemed like she had the match under control, she inadvertently took on the passionate French crowd, and her fortunes took a turn for the worse. Hingis was set for a break point when things started to unravel due to a disputed line call. In frustration, Hingis crossed the net and engaged in a heated argument with the umpire, which earned her a code violation. This incident only fueled the crowd's displeasure. From that point on, Hingis adopted a bit of a rebellious persona, serving underhand twice and even taking an unexpected bathroom break mid-set. The French crowd did not respond kindly to any of these actions, and ultimately they emerged victorious in the Battle of Wills. Hingis in the end lost to Steffi Graf and left the court in tears. Juan Ignacio Chela vs. Hewitt, 2005. Leighton Hewitt's spot on the honorable mention list is not solely due to a lack of evidence of nastiness. An incident involving Juan Ignacio Chela underscores that this behavior wasn't a one-time occurrence. While Chela initiated the unpleasantness on this occasion, Hewitt played a role as the instigator. Hewitt had a reputation for enthusiastic celebrations when winning points, which seemed to irk Chela throughout their Australian Open clash. The breaking point came when Hewitt celebrated loudly after Chela's unforced error. While such celebrations can be frustrating for any player, what followed was completely uncalled for. Chela appeared to direct his next serve straight at Hewitt, or he was significantly off target. At the end of the game, he went even further, spitting at Hewitt. In response, Hewitt did engage in verbal exchanges, but considering the nasty incident with Chela, Hewitt's reaction could have been far more extreme. McEnroe vs. Connors, 1982. The rivalry between John McEnroe and Jimmy Connors was never more apparent than in a 1982 exhibition match in Chicago. What was supposed to be a friendly, competitive match took a different turn. Amidst several tense exchanges on the court, a remarkable moment unfolded as Connors boldly crossed the net to confront McEnroe face-to-face. McEnroe appeared composed but pushed Connors away before officials intervened. Despite the heated encounter, Connors ultimately triumphed, winning the match in 5 grueling sets after nearly 5 hours of intense tennis. Jimmy Connors vs. Chair Umpire, 1991. Jimmy Connors, always known for his colorful character during his playing days, had an emotionally charged match on his 39th birthday at Flushing Meadows. Facing off against the 24-year-old Aaron Crickstein, Connors, well aware of the age gap, needed everything to go his way to secure a victory. However, things didn't unfold as he had hoped, especially during a first-set tiebreaker when the chair umpire made a controversial overrule. This was the spark that set Connors off. In a tirade of foul-mouthed outbursts, the 5-time U.S. Open champion vented his frustrations directly at the umpire, leaving no doubt about his feelings. But his expressions of displeasure didn't end there. Connors managed to win the match in 5 sets, but he made sure that the umpire was well aware of his feelings throughout the remainder of the match. Novak Djokovic, Shanghai 2015. The 2015 Shanghai Masters witnessed a boiling point in Novak Djokovic's match against Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. His outrage stemmed from an overrule by the umpire that led to a fiery exchange. In the second set, a late call ruled a ball out. Djokovic, not attempting to make a play, was surprised when the point was awarded to Tsonga. Djokovic argued that he could have easily returned the shot, but the umpire insisted that the call came after Novak would have hit his shot. The line judge later corrected his call. In the very next game, Tsonga hit a slice backhand that was challenged and found to be on the line. Djokovic once again had a clear opportunity to return the shot, but the umpire favored Tsonga. This decision sent Djokovic into a furious rant, and his frustration echoed throughout the change of ends. Serena Williams at the 2009 U.S. Open. Serena Williams, undoubtedly one of the greatest players in tennis history, has displayed remarkable dominance in women's tennis. However, her competitive drive, like many elite athletes, can sometimes get the best of her in high-stakes matches. In a tense semifinal against Clijsters, after receiving a racket abuse warning, Serena's frustrations escalated when she was called for a foot fault at a crucial moment. This foot fault gave her opponent a match point, and Serena's angry reaction toward the line judge who made the call, including swearing and a threatening comment, resulted in a point penalty, causing her to lose the match. The incident led to a record fine of $82,500, 51,000 euros, and a 2-year probation. John McEnroe vs. Tom Galiskin, Wimbledon 1981. Wimbledon has seen its fair share of memorable outbursts, and some have become legendary. In recent times, Australian player Nick Kyrgios made headlines for his on-court behavior, even spitting at booing fans during last year's tournament. However, one outburst stands out as the most iconic in Wimbledon and tennis history. In 1981, young John McEnroe, with his signature headband and wild hair, was in a heated match against Tom Galiskin during the first round. It all came to a head when the umpire called his serve out, leading to McEnroe's unforgettable explosion. "You can't be serious, man! You cannot be serious! That ball was on the line! Chalk flew up! It was clearly in! How can you possibly call that out?" He's walking over. Everybody knows it in the whole stadium.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious! That ball was on the line!
And you call it out? You guys are the absolute pits of the world, you know that? McEnroe's outburst became so famous that even he titled his 2002 book about his tennis journey, "You Cannot Be Serious." It remains a defining moment in tennis history. The sport has seen many players who've lost their cool, and with individuals like Nick Kyrgios still in the game, you can be certain that we won't run out of electrifying outbursts on the professional tennis court anytime soon.